breathe it. Hey.
I think with Superfoodio, we've always had a core mission ever since we came back from South America. I think we always knew what we wanted the brand to be, what the ethos was and why. So I think that's been carried through as the brand's evolved, as any small business does. We've always stuck to those principles and made sure that, you know, even if we're evolving or growing or changing the business, we keep going back to that core. And that's been really important for us as a brand.
Yeah, we've made sure that as a brand, we want to add value, not only via the products that we deliver, but the principles that we build our brand and we grow. You know, as a small business, we built the ethical angle into our DNA. We're holding ourselves responsible to improve this planet. You know, we've got a 3-year-old daughter, and we want to make sure that the planet that we sort of pass on to her as she grows up is in the current, if not a better state. And Superfoodio is just one avenue, or we have the ability to make a positive impact on this planet. And that's something that we're incredibly passionate about. And it's driven by the 3 values that we have. Pleasure, in terms of, you know, at the end of the day, we're a food brand. So making sure people enjoy what they eat. People, in terms of people's health and well-being, is at the center of everything that we do. And the planet. So keeping sort of decisions that we make that have a positive impact in the planet. That could be things including making sure we never use any palm oil, and making choices like always having recyclable packaging. So important to do that from day one, rather than to have to change something once the business is up and running.
I think, you know, when we've put our products on Amazon, we've made that really clear to differentiate ourselves from other brands and other products, how we are eco-friendly, what we do to sort of give back. We include this in our A+ content or any videos that we have about the brand and the products. So Amazon was that platform that allowed us to share this with our customers. And from the actual store page, our product page, all the way through to when they actually receive their delivery, they understand, you know, what the principles of the brand are and how we carry that through the entire journey.
I think when starting out, it's actually one of the most important things to put pen to paper with. I mean, you know, everything that you do has to be driven by your core vision. Now, once you set that out, every decision that you make moving forwards becomes so much easier, because you can always go back to your vision and say, is what I want to do in line with the vision I've set myself? If it is, the decision's so much simpler to make. If it isn't, you need to kind of have a think or sort of review the opportunity, and then kind of, it might even give you a chance to improve your standards for your next idea as you grow.
I think for us as well, it was all about why we do what we do. And that's always, because we've been able to answer that question from the beginning, and that's the reason why we started the business and the brand, we've always been able to go back to that. And that way our mission has always carried through, because we're able to answer that question. So I think it's quite important to have that written down, as Jag said, something that you can put down and refer back to. What we learnt in South America, you know, how the local people live off the earth sustainably, you know, all of those learnings we always try and apply. But I think the whole being an eco-friendly brand and a business has always been something that's an evolving journey. When we first launched our business, for example, the amount of recyclable packaging available to us was very different to what's available now. And I think we as a society and, you know, what's available to brands is constantly evolving and changing. So that's why I think it's important to kind of go back to those principles, but keep evolving, keep learning, and be involved in those conversations. You know, going to networking or, you know, conferences or whatever it might be, to understand where that business or that part of the business, how it's growing, what you can constantly be doing, and how, you know, what the offerings are for you as a brand.
It's always about aspiring to improve as a business. It's not about just sort of saying, this is all I'm going to do. It's about how else can I improve or become better at what I'm currently doing.
I think our vision and our mission's always been to sort of get really healthy and tasty foods into people's hands. So everything that we do has driven us towards that. So I wouldn't say those core principles have changed, but maybe how we've gone about doing it. Like we've had to adapt, during the pandemic, and how our products reach customers. That bit always evolves. But I think our mission of getting the healthy and tasty foods, plant-based foods, into people's hands has always stayed true. I think we've stayed true to that part of our business.
One thing that has evolved is the messaging, how we are able to communicate even better or simpler about the values of our business. That is something that you have to stay current with the times. If there is a current topic conversation going on, which you can kind of add value to that conversation using your values or your vision, is equally as important to engage. And that's something that constantly, it's an open conversation, but that always comes back to and is driven by the core values that we've set as a business and a brand.
I think there's so much you can learn from other businesses and other brands. So we definitely like to network, listen to talks, listen to podcasts by other brand owners. And I feel like you can learn from them, or there might be something that inspires you and you feel like you can apply it to your brand. So I think it's a constant learning journey. There's never sort of one set way that you'll sort of carry forward. And I think that's really important because times are always evolving and you need to sort of move your business forward with that as well.
And it also gives you an opportunity to have an outside-in perspective to your business and your brand. When you have a conversation with someone who's building their own product and the passion they have and the insights and the journeys they've been on, their little points or conversations they've had in their journey can be of incredible value and insight to yours, and you can simply lift and shift and adapt it to your world. And I think that's the true value about networking and connecting with other brands, especially challenger brands nowadays. There is basically a minimum entry criteria in the sense that we're all challengers because we're looking to challenge the norm. We're trying to improve the current status quo in terms of whether it's the product, the quality, or how we want to sort of improve the society or the food we eat, the way the earth is treated, sustainability, so many topics out there that you can learn and sort of improve your business from.
We want to get our products into as many people's hands. We want to be accessible. We want to be somewhere where people can just walk down the street and they can find Superfoodio. So we want to reach as many people as possible and make a positive impact on people's lives.